Fantastic. Hey folks, I don't know what's happening in Liverpool, but there's enough vape stores now. You don't need any more. You just cut it out. You don't need any more. Because I came here a couple of years ago, and there's the same amount of people vaping as there was then, but there's a lot more vape stores now, and you just cut it out. Like, they're not all laundering money, I understand, but most of them probably are. It's same thing's happening back in New Zealand. There's like more vape stores than people vaping. And my nan is 84 years old, and she's single-handedly keeping them in business, I swear to God. Like, she started vaping for New Year's, like, as a resolution, and, like, she wasn't even a smoker. Like, she just wanted a new hobby. She's got sick of doing crochet. You just go around to the rest home, she's just blowing out clouds of Werther's Originals. No, it's good that she's busy. It's good that she's busy. Look, all my pals back in New Zealand, they're all going in for the ADHD diagnosis now, and they've all been told that they have it. And I don't think most of them even have it. I don't think they even believe that they have it. But I asked them, I was like, what's the process? What do you do to get tested? They're like, I go in and chat to a nice woman, and she asks me 50 questions. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you do? I say yes to all of the questions, and then I get 2 years worth of speed for free. And I can't wonder if that has anything to do with it. Like, I think we need to change how we test for ADHD. I think we need to test for it the same way we used to test for COVID. You should just like spit on a little test and sit and wait for half an hour. And the test doesn't even need to do anything. It's just to see if you're able to sit and wait for half an hour. And if you can do that, you're probably fine, aren't you? Probably all good. I don't know. I think for many years back in New Zealand, I worked, my thing I did for a long time is I was a barber for many years. And you get two main customers that come through the capital city back home. You get British men and German men. Quite different men, aren't they? They are. Germans, give us a chair. It's probably good, isn't it? They don't, well, no, it is. No, they don't have comedy in Germany. They're just, so we're going to have a good night tonight. That's nice. Like, you get British men and German men come through. Very different people. British men come in the shop, in the barber shop, they're hilarious. They're great banter. Especially the Scouse boys. They're incredible. Because, like, easy enough as well, 4 or 5 of them come through, they're all getting the same fucking haircut. Like, the only client you have to be gentle with, because they're like, I only got these plugs in 4 weeks ago. Be gentle, mate. Just had this done in Turkey. But the great conversation. But when a British man comes into the barber shop, like, they don't know how to ask for a haircut. They've been having haircuts every 3 weeks since they were like 11 years old, and they've been going to the barber shop, and they just don't know what to ask for. It doesn't matter what they ask for. It doesn't matter what haircut I give them. When I say, is this what you wanted? Every single time they just go, yep. And like, it's a learning opportunity for neither of us. Like, I've ruined lives in the barbershop. I know that. I know, but you'll just never know. But then Germans come in. Very different. Right? More interesting than funny, but Germans will ask for haircuts in millimetres. That's just the kind of people they are. And they get exactly what they want. You square out the neck and they march out and they're Hugo Boss. It's incredible. When it comes to, like, having a conversation with a German man, I always felt really lucky being a part of what was, their first time talking to someone. Like, just intense people, just trippy people. Because you ask any young man in the barbershop, you're like, are you on the apps? Right? It's just what you ask a young guy. Are you on the apps? And I mean like Hinge and Tinder. But if a German says yes, it's because he's thinking of like weather and calculator. I believe I'm not being unkind, or maybe I am, who cares, it's a Wednesday. I believe the German man is the only person that can travel the entire world and return home the same guy that left. Just completely unchanged from the experience. Like last week I was at a Sainsbury's, don't mean to brag, and I got paid from the Fringe. I was like, fuck it, we're gonna ball. And I went to buy some bananas. And in between me and the bananas, there was a German guy just stood there, just in the way. And he wasn't doing anything. He was just being German in front of the fruit. Like, he was just in the way. And I reached in front of him, and I grabbed a bunch of bananas, I snapped one off, and I put 4 back. And as soon as I did that, like, that's when he springs to life. Like, that was his, like, online moment when he started chatting to me. This is true. He picks up the 4 bananas, he turns to me, and he says, thank you. I needed 4 bananas. I just said, what the fuck would have happened if I hadn't come in? Like, what would he have done? No, I don't know. Look, I'll say this. I spent the better part of 10 years in a long-term relationship. I come out the other side about a year or two ago, and I'm single now, and I've started dating again, and I really am clueless intimately. I don't know what I'm doing, and I know I look like I fuck, and I do, but it doesn't mean that I'm good at it. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing, and the first new experience I had with someone new about a year back, I was in Amsterdam, and I'd got a woman's number in Berlin. So anyone that's been to Amsterdam knows where the story's going, okay? And this woman I met in Berlin texts me. She's like, "Hey, come over to mine." And if you're following along, I am in Amsterdam. I don't have money. You heard from the Sainsbury's story, I wasn't a Waitrose, right? I'm not a person with money. She's like, "If you come over to Berlin, I'll fly you to my house." She's like, "I'll fly over for the weekend." And I thought about it. I'll be honest. I thought about it for like 47 minutes. I considered letting her do it. By which point my EasyJet had landed in Berlin. So that means I'm in Germany at her house. We're following what happened there. Cool. Just checking that I went to her house and I roll up to her house. And I was nervous, man, because I hadn't been with anyone new in the better part of a decade. And I was doing that thing guys do when they're in your house for the first time. I was just like touching all the stuff. I was just like crowd working the ornaments, just like touching this. What do you do for a living? Just touching all the stuff. And I was so nervous. I thought, what I'll do is I'll just pretend that I'm sleepy. I'll just pretend that I'm tired. If I do that, I'll be fine. We don't have to sleep together. And so I yawned, and she said, "Are you tired?" I was like, "Oh, cool, it's working." She believes me. And then she catches me off guard. She said, "Did you get the vaccine?" That's what she said. She saw me yawn. She's like, "Did you get the vaccine?" I was like, "Fuck, I bought condoms. I didn't know I needed a vaccine as well." But she said, "No, if you got the vaccine," she said, "you'll be, maybe that's why you're yawning, make you tired, long COVID or something like that." I was like, "Did you get the vaccine?" She said, "No." And look, sometimes the best comedy just writes itself. She says to me, I'm not paraphrasing, this woman says to me, "I didn't get the vaccine. I don't want anything foreign in my body." I have to appreciate the irony of that statement. I was like, "Oh, fucking A, I just guess we're cuddling then." But we go into her bedroom, and this is Berlin, right? We're in a bedroom, and she's got like what I can only describe as like a sex wall next to her bed, just all these sex toys just on the wall. And it was around that point where I saw like all these different bits and pieces hanging up next to the, because I hadn't been to Berlin before. I just assumed maybe like it's just like built into the house, like a mantelpiece or something. People just have them in the bedroom. But I saw all this stuff on the wall, and that was the point where I was like, "Oh, right. I've been trafficked. Okay, I see." It was the penny drop moment. I was like, "I see what's happening here, okay." But then I had another thought. I was like, sorry, I just hit puberty. That's what just happened. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if she like took one of these things off the wall and there's just like an outline of where it was? Like a dad's hammer in a workshop, just like a Sharpie outline. And so it became pretty clear I wasn't the right person for the job. And she has this like toy that she's using on herself. And we're all adults, so it doesn't matter. She's using like this vibrator, and she says to me, "I'm about to come." Now, I cannot stress how little I had to do with it. I was there with her, but I was just watching. Like I was just, like you go past the roadworks, there's the person doing the work, and there's the person observing, which is the guy with the jacket. Who's in the scene? She says to me, "Fuck, I'm about to come." And I didn't actually know what to say to that. Because you have to say something, don't you? You can't just be like, say nothing. Because it's quite a special thing she's told me that this is about to happen. I appreciated the context for what she was about to do. So she said, "I'm about to come." And I just panicked and said the first thing that came to mind. Because I haven't heard a woman say that in the longest time. Like, how long was I with my ex for? 8 years. Like, I hadn't heard someone say that in like 9 or 10 years. So I just panicked and just said the first thing that came to mind. I just panicked. She just said, "I'm about to come." And I just said, "Go for it." That's what I said, "Go for it." As soon as I said that, I knew that was the wrong thing to say. As soon as I said that. She goes to switch the toy off and give me the boot, just regretting flying me over. This is entirely true. And now I didn't know this, because I was in a relationship for nearly 10 years. I didn't realize this, ladies, and don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. Vibrators, they're the only sex toy that like comes with a demo mode built in for some reason. They don't just go off straight away. Guys will know this as well. You've got to fight for that off button. Off's not straightforward with these things. There's like a Spotify Wrapped of all the comes you could have had before it'll go off. And I can hear her down the corridor wrestling with this thing. Jack's using that last one. He's using that one to come. Folks, I've been Dan Boerman. It's been an absolute pleasure being here. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. Welcome back to
Dan Boerman! All right, we're going to take a quick break so you get some drinks, go to the bathroom. Keep it going for all the action show in that section.